everybody, happy Thursday. Welcome to another video. My name is Infiniti and this is Channel Chat 88. Today's video is going to be a little weird because I actually intended to upload this yesterday, but after my little adventure I was absolutely exhausted. So I came in, I sat here, I looked at the camera looked at me, and then I just kind of walked away and went to bed. So today I'm going to be playing that video for you, and then at the end I'm going to come back and go through my findings and we're all going to have a good time, and then I have a little bit of an announcement at the end of the video. So make sure you stick around until the end and I'll be back. Hello everybody, welcome to another video. I know today's video looks a little different, and that would be because, you know, I'm leaving school, right? And I just realized that JoAnn Fabrics is like 2.7 miles away from my school. So I am going to go check out this location because I've never been there before. So I'm going to take you guys with me. Excuse the cell phone video because it is a cell phone video. Alright, I'll see you when I get there. So basically I'm just taking it all in. This JoAnn is way bigger than the other ones that I've been to, and I'm gonna lose my mind in here. There's just so much to do. And then there's like 5 or 6 aisles of just yarn. This is all like the Red Heart, Big Twist, and like the Lion Brand Pounds of Love. So I'm gonna go see what's in the other aisles. Sewing section. Okay, so there's the Bernat Ogos. Do I want some of these fancy pom-poms? I don't even need them, but I want them, so. Oh, cool. So these are what the minis look like. I've never actually bought the mini, and they're on clearance right now for 97 cents. Okay, that's really cool. They're cute, but I have no idea what I would do with them. All my amigurumi patterns take way more than that. Let's see. The scrub yarn, the thick and quick. So interesting. Okay, I'm gonna clue you guys in on this color. It's called Comey Island, and I'm currently designing a project with it. I don't need any more of it because right now I have like 13 skeins of it. Hopefully I won't need all 13 for this pattern, but you know, sometimes it's just like that. Alright. Oh, this one's sparkly. I still have the Karen yarn that I used. Well, I didn't use it clearly, but I still have the Karen like party yarn that looks exactly like this. It's a 4-weight as well, and it's super sparkly, and I wanted to make a New Year's set out of it, but I've yet to get around to it. I think... Oh, there's the scarfie. I didn't even see it. I didn't even see it. I was looking at everything else. They don't have quite the colors that I was looking for in the scarfie. I really like this one because, like, I don't know if you guys remember the tutorial I did for the feather stitch, but making scarves out of this stuff is absolutely squishy. I made also like a cable scarf with the mint color, but they don't have the mint color. Interesting. You're gonna hear me say interesting quite a bit here because, like, that's all I have to say. Okay. I hate to sound like a kid in a candy store, but this Kroy Socks, I have a tutorial coming up with this. This colorway is beautiful, so I'm gonna get 4 of them because I'm gonna need that. And it looks like there's only 5 of that color. I feel bad. And then I'm gonna get like 2 black. Okay. Those are my mixtures here. My grandma is gonna like fuss at me because I came all the way over here. I had a free day today and I didn't tell her what I was gonna do, but like I said, I just discovered that this particular location of JoAnn's was like by my school. So like not walking distance, but it's fairly close by car, so this is great. Okay, so we got all the blanket yarns here, like all the velvet yarns. So typically I don't work with like velvety yarns. It's not that they're not pretty, but it's much like the cotton yarns. Like it feels weird when it scrapes against my fingernails. Just something that I don't mention often. I know it sounds cringy, but it's not something that I work with that often. Usually, oh, that's weird. They had it separated. Very weird. So I think this is greenback. So I have an ugly Christmas shawl. If you guys tuned in with me, last Christmas? I think I knitted it up for last Christmas and I wore it. So they don't actually carry that yarn in razorbacks anymore, which was like the red and white mixed color. But what I would substitute it with, I'm going to come back down the aisle here. What I would substitute that with is actually this color. Wait. It's not Hometown USA. Oh, that's why they're different. But I would substitute it. Hometown USA has a color like this. It's also a 6-weight yarn. And I think I used 2 and 2 of those. I'll have to go home and like look at my pattern for that, because I'll be releasing the pattern for that this holiday season, but not now, it's too soon. Okay, and down here we got the cotton yarns, but none of them match what I'm trying to do. So what I want to do is actually make a water bottle carrier for my new water bottle. I splurged a little bit and I got one of those coldest water bottles, but I got the 64-ounce size and it's huge. So I wanted some cotton to work that up with, but I'm gonna have to order that. Let's see what's down the next aisle. Okay, this is like the embroidery stuff. Oh, that's pretty. I don't do embroidery. Oh, more yarn. Guys. Okay, so I'm seeing mandalas. Now, unicorn, I can call it out by name. Unicorn, I have already made a long scarf with it, and I've made a set with it, but this color, what is this color called? This color, guys, help me out, I can't read. Serpent. I don't know how I feel about this one though, because like last year I bought the one that was called like cookies or something, and it wasn't exactly what I thought it was. Like it wasn't terrible, but it's not what I was expecting at all whatsoever. But they're only $3.99 right now, so that's not bad. Oh, embroidery floss. See, this is the problem when I come to the craft store. I always want to get into a new craft, and you know, I don't need to. Okay, notions. So, yeah, no, I have like 500 of these, so no. Oh, these are big ones. Okay, you know, I'm being suckered into these because of that project that I'm using the Lion Brand Woolly Stick and Quick with. I'm using like a 12.5 millimeter pair of circulars with it, and I don't currently have stitch markers that go over that, so hopefully those will do. They have the circles, guys, and I'm not used to this camera yet, so it's kind of funny. But these are really cool. These should also fit over those needles. I'm gonna spend my whole time over here in Notions. Okay, I didn't expect to see these down here. Like, okay, so I'm gonna specifically point out, I have this pair at home, right? I have the longer versions of these. I thought they were vintage, but apparently they still sell, and I'm really happy to see that. I don't know if I want to necessarily buy more needles though. Like my bucket is jam-packed and like full of needles. So, and oh my gosh, okay, so these, my mom actually bought this set and she gave me the 6 millimeter size, which I used I used them on one of my corner to corner projects actually, and that was some months ago over on Instagram. I like those, but when I crochet with them, I crochet with them in a pencil way. So like that's why I don't do tutorials with them, because it's not like it's not a good hook, but like when I crochet I switch from like knife to pencil with them, and I don't want to confuse people with that. And these are also really good. I used to do roving blankets, and so I have a set of these. These are awesome when you have those thicker yarns that you can't fit through the eye of a regular darning needle, like these. You know, I didn't come in here with the intention of doing like a full tutorial, but you know what, that's what it is. I have double pointed needles, guys. Don't get me wrong. I have DPNs. However, I don't have metal DPNs, so, ooh, they have the packs. Okay, so they have the packs, but they're a little bit longer. So I'm going to be actually releasing a pattern here in September. It's a knitting pattern, and you're gonna have to pick up stitches to put on the pocket. So, they don't have the in-between side. Wait, I lied. They do. They do. I'm gonna get the 4.5 millimeter DPNs. I can't see myself really doing DPNs in a bigger size, so I won't splurge on them quite today. Alright. Oh my god, circular knitting. Okay, guys, look. So I've been on a knitting spree this year, and I've been just buying knitting needles like out the wazoo. Okay, no, those are more expensive, but I've been buying knitting needles out the wazoo. So I've really been in love with the Chiagu ones, but of course JoAnn carries the clover ones, which actually aren't bad. I have some of these somewhere in my studio, so they're not bad to work with. I just don't work with wood that often. I prefer the glide of the metal needle. Over here they have more cotton. This brings me joy. This brings me joy. Oh, the cones. The cones are at the bottom. So, like, I know I'm acting like I've never been to JoAnn's before, but guys, I haven't been to JoAnn's since like early January of 2020, and that was like before my mom left, and like I don't have a car, so I don't get to come to JoAnn's physically anymore, so this is great. All right, so what do I need for my water bottle carrier? I want these mint colors because my bottle is mint and it's just necessary, and I was thinking about having like fall colors. Alright, so I am going to get the two mints. I have a navy and I have like this spring green, and we're gonna make it work. Okay, I also saw mandalas down here somewhere. Oh, mandala tweeds. Now I've seen these online, but I haven't actually tried them out. The last thing that I made with the mandala, I don't remember. I really don't remember. But at like 25% off, I'm not mad at these colors. Oh, here it is. I think it's brownie. Now that I think about it, I think it's called brownie. Yeah, it's called brownie. This color did not work up like I thought it did, and I'll actually be posting a picture of this guy, the scarf that this guy made up, on my Instagram. Ooh, this looks like a new color. I haven't tried this. It is called Griffin. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna make a long scarf with it. I didn't even think to check my coupons today. But then again, I thought I was going to Michael's today, so oops. Okay. You know what? I don't care for the off the loop yarn. I guess because I can like knit, but still, I don't care for it. Oh yeah, I guess I could go back over to the red heart. Let me see something. So, the circulars. What are the aluminum circulars? I'm not paying $80 for needles today. We're not going there. Let me see. Oh, these are good. These are good. I actually
because I do art stuff, I actually have a giant bag of corks, and I use those on my super tiny knitting needles. But these are great for these are great for needles that don't fit the typical stoppers. But okay, let me try to find, that is a 5mm, I need a 6mm. There it is, but how long is it? 29 inches. Oh, that works. 29 inches. Okay. I just had a really brilliant idea, guys, so just bear with me here. Let me see. 4mm DPNs. And then I need a really, like, where's the 4mm? That's 16 inches. Is that the smallest one? I think that's the smallest one they carry. Wait a minute. No, that's a lie. There's one 9-inch, but it's like a 2.25mm. Dang. So, I know what I'm gonna do. I have a really great idea, and I'm probably gonna wait until I get home in my studio to announce it, like at the end of this video. So if you're curious about what Infiniti just concocted in her head, stay tuned. Okay, these are cable needles. I have a whole collection of these bad boys. I prefer them. Oh, this one has a double end. They're gonna make me buy one just for this little hook thing, right? I don't have one of those, and I kind of want one. These are like lace knitting needles. I think those are like the crystalline knitting needles. Darn it, I don't need to buy a whole. They're trying to make me do it, guys. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not falling for it. Not today. Not today. But okay, I'm gonna get out of these crochet hooks and notions because that's all I'm gonna buy if I stay over here. Okay, so funny bit, guys. Funny bit. My grandmother is a big baby, and it's partially my fault because I spoil her. But I'm going through like the sewing sections because I want to collect stuff. I didn't record it when I first got in the store because I forgot. But I was over in the first sewing section, and I'm like, okay, I know like the general stuff, right, that she wants / needs for her sewing room that she's gonna create, because we've all kind of just like moved, well, not we all, we both kind of moved around in the house a little bit in response to like the extra space that got freed up. And so she's going to turn her old bedroom into her sewing room, and this is like something that's really driving her forward. She used to be a seamstress when she worked, and so that brings her a lot of joy. And so I want to kind of collect little knickknacks because she's really in earnest working towards trying to get her space together. And I just, you know, again, I spoil her for no reason. So I'm just kind of going through the sections here and finding things maybe that she would like. Are those paintbrushes? No, we're not doing this today. That'd be the thing about like art school. It is like painful to go buy paints, and so like sometimes I end up spending a solid like $300 in school supplies, unfortunately. Oh, she would love one of these racks. She would love one of these racks, guys. Let me tell you something. Or should I get her this? Like it's an art bin, but it's for thread. I think this would be, no, she's a big baby. She would want to have like her spools of thread on display. So because I'm getting her this stuff, when I go home, I don't have to worry about her yelling at me, because not actually yelling, but I don't have to worry about her fussing because I got her things, right? She's just like a toddler. I love her to pieces. She could use probably like these for her pins that I'm getting her. She can keep them separate. She can keep these separate. I'll get them in blue. I did not come here for this, but like secretly deep down inside I did come here for this, so this is all my fault. See, I'm not a seamstress, so like oh, these are adorable. I've seen these. Love these, but that's not really my forte. Like I have a pattern or two that involve like making amigurumi, but that's not really my thing. So I tend to stray away from that. Let me see. Sometimes it's nice to just like take it all in. Let's see, this is elastic. Do I need elastic for any of my projects? No. Oh yeah, I want to show off the freight check too, I guess. Since I'm over here, I found it. So freight check. I actually just stocked up on it, so I'm not getting any today, but this stuff is really great for when you make projects that you're gonna give away. So like when I was doing my charity drive stuff, I would run through this like hotcakes, because after I finished off my work, I would weave in my ends, I would knot it, then I would freight check it and make sure it would never come apart, because I was giving away stuff to homeless people and I just didn't want them to like feel a certain way because their stuff was falling apart and all that. And that even applies to the stuff that I sell, right? So everything's very thorough because I'm always paranoid. Like I don't want any bad reviews later about, you know, my projects falling apart. So yeah, that's a thing. She's gonna buy her own iron. We're not doing irons today. So she's kind of particular about that kind of thing. Findings. There's so many interesting things. Like I said, it's been so long since I've been in JoAnn's. It's almost been 2 years. It's really, really shameful as a maker. No. You guys can let me know in the comments if I'm doing this whole sewing supply thing right. I feel like I'm failing miserably, but there's some specific things that I remember she wanted, because she sits up and she watches this like lady on YouTube sew, and she does some beautiful quilt work. What am I saying? She has some beautiful quilt work. So she sits up and she watches them like half the night, and she's just really getting back into wanting to do her thing. So oh, those are heavy. Oh, the weights. Okay, but this is the chalk. Oh, there's 2 of them. Okay, let me get out of this sewing section because I'm shopping like I sew and I do not. Buttons, no. I am also like a big kid in a candy store when it comes to like yarn and whatever. What is that? Are those buttons? Not where the camera's facing, but like, okay, this is a whole wall of buttons, guys. Also, let me know in the comments below, because like I know some of you guys have your own channels and you guys do these videos where you walk through the store. How do you not feel awkward just talking to yourself and people just kind of look at you like you're weird? Like, is that something you ever get used to? You can let me know. I'm such an awkward person in public. It's really quite sad. But anyway, okay, I need to go back to the yarn because I gotta show you guys the red heart. Oh, I have some of these buttons, but I haven't used them yet. I have a really beautiful turquoise color of like this green one. Super beautiful. I think I still have clay on my nails. I've been busy today, okay? Super busy. Oh, that's really pretty. Okay, today is not the day where we get lost in buttons, but this is a really good location, okay? Because like not all JoAnn's locations are equal, and this one is definitely awesome. Like just by sheer quantity of what they have in supply alone. So I'm really happy. I'm gonna venture back into the yarn section, so I'll meet you guys back when I get over there. All right, so I finally made it back over to the yarns. Okay, so it's been a solid 15 minutes. I just want to talk about this color, right? So this is the color that I used for the pattern that I'm releasing this month, the knitting pattern. And not only is it great for garments, or at least in my taste, it's called light sage, right? But not only is it good for the garments, actually, you know what, I think I'm gonna get a skein because I'm about to use my last skein. And I really like that color, so I want to keep it on my shelf. That color is so good on camera when it comes to like tutorials and things like that. Usually like the green colors are, but if you're going to follow along with my pattern that comes out, I think it's like the 22nd for general public, then you're going to need 4 of these skeins of Red Heart Super Saver, just the small ones. Or if you have a favorite color in the jumbo Super Saver size. Super Saver Jumbo. Jeez. It's been so long since I've just like done a Red Heart haul. So anyway, you'll need 4, or I would say like 2 of the jumbo skeins maybe. And now I'm looking at this Red Heart and I really want to grab this color. Okay, so this color is what I use for my Hold Me Tight shawl. It's called Bright Stripe, and I don't know what it is, but every time I go on Yarnspirations or every time I go on JoAnn's website, it's never there. This is mine. So there's 2, because I think I have like 4 on my shelf, but I plan on making some beanies, so I'm gonna get 3. I should have really checked for coupons, but you know, whatever. It is what it is. So the thing with my garden shrug, right? When it was requested, it was actually requested that I make something for like the cool of morning, right? So, you know, those days in the garden where it's like super chilly. Well, not super chilly because you're not going to be gardening, but like those days where it's a little chilly. And so I made it out of the Red Heart Super Saver. And for those of you guys that don't know, I actually, when I did the photo shoot, I did it in July or August. And in Missouri, that is just really dumb. But I did it. So, like, alternatively, you could make it out of cotton, right? If you wanted it for like a summer accessory, because like, okay, this is a 4-weight yarn and it has 364, yeah, it still has 364 yards in it. So, oh my god, okay, I get drawn into these really pretty colors, but I'm not grabbing that today. I'm gonna fight the urge to grab it. Alternatively, why didn't I see that before? You could do the cotton. Now I think it's over here. I think. I could be wrong. This is what I wanted actually, but they don't have all the colors. Okay, I got distracted. Forgive me. So, let me see. No, it's the next aisle. I think. Yeah, it's the next aisle. So you could use like the cotton cones. I didn't want to use the cotton cones on the one I was making because like the color, it wasn't right for me, right? But you could also use, I'm going to show you, the Comfy Cotton Blend. I actually made a market bag, I think it's called Twisted Harvest, out of this, but in a different color. Oh yeah, there it is. That's the color I used, and it's called, what color is it called? It's called Lovey Dovey. Wow. Okay. But anyway, you could like use one of these and it would be like a much cooler wear. So like if you're doing this gardening in the summer, you could wear the garment and it won't be too heavy. But okay, I really should go check out because otherwise I'm just going to keep on and keep on and keep on. But stay tuned to the end of the video. When I get back to my studio, I'll have an announcement to make.
Alright, so I am back and now I'm going to kind of go through my bags and show you guys what I got yesterday, including an honorable mention because, you know, when I got home, I got my grandma all this sewing stuff and then she still saw a skein of yarn, well, a cake of yarn that I bought that she liked, so she ended up with that one, so that's my honorable mention that I'll save for the end. So this first bag I have here, I actually see my yarn in it. So like I said, I'm designing, or I have designed a garden shrug and I am releasing that pattern later in September, and I am just putting the finishing touches on the paid version of that pattern, and it's too big for my camera shot, I think, but this is what I have. Yeah, this is the top. This is what I have. So this is the back of it, and I did model this one. I put it up on Instagram. Right now I am finishing off the sleeves, and I still need to add the pocket. I don't know if I'm holding this up too high. I can't see around it, but I'm adding the sleeves. I just need to cast this off, but I'm gonna also save that cast off process for a tutorial because I found another bind off process that I enjoy. So I'm gonna, you know, make my content work for me here. But I'm excited about this pattern release, and I've been experimenting with different techniques and whatnot throughout the process of, well, actually the last couple of knitting projects. You guys can't see the dress that's on my mannequin over here, but you will in an upcoming video. So anyway, I started talking about the project because I got another skein of this. I actually have this Super Saver on my shelf back up in there somewhere, and I might end up using this one instead of that one just because it's easier to access. But it's called Light Sage, and I think, you know, I think this is actually my favorite color, or at least my second favorite color, Red Heart. The favorite one I think is the Banana Berry print. I am obsessed with that colorway. It just works up so pretty. But anyway, I got this because I saw it and I'm just like, you know what, I don't want to not have this in my stash, so I grabbed it. I think the gist of the entire trip was to feed the stash. I have this shelf over here that I haven't filled up per se. I'm not trying to fill it up, but you know, it's a little empty, so I just had to go and have a little fun. And I don't know why it really turned into like an explanation of things, but maybe it'll be helpful to somebody that comes across this channel chat, who knows. As you guys know, I like the neon stripe Super Savers. And I think I talked about it a little bit in the previous part of that video. But I did grab 3 more, and now that I'm home, I see that I have 5 skeins of it on my shelf. So now I don't have to worry about running out of it. Should I want to make another shawl or a bunch of hats with it, at least I'll have it on my shelf. I'm going to have to reorganize everything. I said in the last episode of one of my podcasts that I would take down all the shelves and reorganize everything, but I've yet to do so. I don't feel like it. I got 3 of those. Okay, so this yarn just came out, or maybe a couple weeks ago, but whatever. So I've been wanting this specific colorway because I want to design something with it. I don't know what it is, so it's going to be like a shelf decoration until I figure that out. It's probably going to be a hat. It'll probably be a hat, but I'm very interested to work with this. This is the Caron Colorama one, and it is a 5 bulky weight. Yeah, 5 bulky weight. It has 228 yards on it, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, it'll probably be a hat, whatever. I look forward to working with this. I think the idea of it is pretty cool. I haven't actually watched any of the reviews yet, so I don't have a personal take on it yet, but it looked shiny, so I bought it. Alright, what else do I have? Because that bag is empty. Cool. Okay, so this one is just my mandalas. I've been wanting these 2 mandala colors. This one's called White Elephant, and this one's called Shooting Star. I've actually been wanting these, but like, okay, when I do my yarn haul videos, there's usually a lot of decision making that goes on behind the scenes, and I'm like, okay, what do you want to afford and what do you not need to try to afford? And so these always don't make the cut. Like for the last 3 yarn hauls I've done, they just don't make the cut. So I saw these in person and I had to grab them, and I was very happy. And it was funny because I just recognized them from the shelf. I don't know what these are going to be. I think the last mandala tweeds that I worked with, they ended up being beanies, and so I don't know if that's what's going to happen, or am I going to make a shawl with it. Who knows? But I think that especially the White Elephant one would look really nice with my airway shawl. I don't know. I'd have to test that theory out one of these days. But I think I would need 2 of those because it usually takes me 2 of those roll with it tweeds to do one of those. And this one only has 426 yards. I don't remember how many yards the roll with it tweed has. I'd have to go look. It wouldn't hurt me to go look. Okay, so as it were, the last remnants of my roll with it tweed is actually connected to a project. The roll with it tweed has 296 yards in it, so yeah, I would still need 2 of the mandala tweeds to make one of my airway shawls, which still isn't bad. So anyway, alright, this project aside, my space is cluttered now. This project aside, let's see, I have one less bag. So in theory, it wasn't a really huge yarn haul. Okay guys, I didn't go crazy, but I did get some specific things that I wanted, like the large, like ring stitch markers, because I am working on a knitting project with the Lion Brand's Woolly Stick and Quick. So I'm working with like 12.5mm knitting needles, and I don't really have any stitch markers that just fit across those. So I'm hoping like the larger ones will fit across those if I should need them again in the future at some point. I also found these cool things by Clover, okay? So they're for repairing your knitting stitches. So I've done a couple of tutorials in the past on how to like pick your stitches back up after you've dropped them. And these, I suppose, are to just facilitate that process. So one is 4.5mm, the other one is 3.5mm, and they're just these little short things, I guess, so you don't have to worry about using your knitting needles to pick up those stitches and losing extra stitches. So these are really cool. I just kind of got these to get these. So now I have these in my little arsenal, so when I get ready to put them in my knitting kit over here. I didn't realize you guys can see my other shelf now. That is so cool. Anyway, I got distracted. I'm sorry. I got those just to have those in my supply, and one day I might actually bother with using them. I got a couple of pom-poms because they were pretty. I don't usually put them on my hats, but every now and again I'll make a hat and I'll use a pom-pom. But these are special because they're shiny. So one has silver, which isn't showing up that great on my camera, but this other one is gold and white, and they are absolutely beautiful. They were on sale, so I grabbed a couple to test them out. And I always try to get the ones with the elastic on the bottom because that's the best way to attach them. I can remember when I first started kind of trying to play with the fur palms, I actually tried to use an upholstery hook to to try to sew that on, and it was a disaster. And then I watched a couple of videos and tried to figure out how to, get the elastic thing on there, and I realized it was so darn easy. I was kind of upset with myself. But anyway, so I'll be using these for some project in the future. I actually have like some Karen party yarn. It's like has sparkly tinsel going through it, and I've had it for probably about 5 years now. See, this is why I keep running into discontinued yarn. But anyway, I was thinking that I might actually use this for that purpose. Alright, what else is in this bag? Because I kind of, I came home, I showed my grandma everything, and then I had to put things back in my bags. And I ended up with fewer bags than I had when I came in the house somehow. So, it's all kind of jumbled together, but that's okay. Okay, oh, yes. So I got more of this yarn. I actually have some of this yarn, but in different colors. Let's see, where is the black one? Okay, so I actually picked up the Kroy Socks. I bought 4 skeins of it in Celestial, which is this purple colorway, and it's actually on my table because I'm planning a tutorial with it pretty soon. I bought 4 of these because I think I'm going to continue to make those projects, like little personal projects. I can't really tell you guys what that project is yet, but I'm looking forward to doing the tutorial for it. I also bought black as an accent color for this particular set. I can't wait to show that off on Instagram. Fall is coming, guys. But yeah, I bought the muslin color to go with the purple ones for the tutorial, so keep your eye out for that. Keep your eye out for that. I have 4 of these, and they're all down in this bag, I think. Oh, I bought more jumbo stitch markers. So these are actually huge. I'm going to open these. Because they're actually really interesting to me. So I love locking stitch markers, and those are the ones that I use the most. I have probably every type of stitch marker, like traditional stitch marker. So as far as like the knitting ones that I have in my kit up here, I have the like open circle ones. I have the locking ones, of course. I had some smaller like ring ones that are different from these clover ones. They're somewhere, don't know where, but I have them. And so these are really interesting, probably just because they're big. There's only about 6 of them in here or so, or 8 maybe, I don't know. But they're huge, like compared to one of these, right? Like, you see the size difference on these? So I'm happy with that. I don't think this would fit around that big of a project, probably like a 8mm knitting needle at the most, I'm gonna say. So either way, I'm excited to have them in my collection. Look, I find a certain joy in collecting notions for some reason. I think that's like a secondary hobby to my knit and crochet thing, is just collecting the notions. I've gone on a hook spree this summer. well, really like last year, and so yeah, and also knitting needles, but we're not going to get into that today. This video is going to be long enough. Okay, so the last thing I'm going to show you guys in my JoAnn's haul actually is cotton. So you guys know I don't really work with cotton. It tends to feel really weird in my nails. So I think overall I have like 2, maybe 3 patterns at the most that involve nothing but cotton yarn. It's just because of the texture, guys, I promise. But it usually makes up really nice projects. I think in the past, before I started doing YouTube, I made this cardigan completely out of cotton. It was gorgeous. I love it. I think I still have it, but now I've lost a lot of weight, believe it or not, so it doesn't fit me like it used to. So it's stored away. One day I'll find it and take pictures of it, I think. Maybe. I don't know. But anyway, I got the supersized cotton bundles. Why? Because I bought one of those coldest water bottles in like the mint color, and I got like the 64-ounce size. It's huge. I drink a lot of water, so I want to make a sleeve for it, and I think that this would be the best. I kind of wanted to do something with autumn colors, but I didn't see those types of colors at this JoAnn's, at least not the ones that I liked, right, or that would go with like my mint color, because I definitely wanted to involve mint in this design. So I got mint, I got what they call hot green, which I could argue with this color name, but I won't. And I got the navy, so for some like steep contrast for that. So I'm going to probably start working on that. Those are really easy to make. I've made a few in the past. They're very basic, so I don't know if I'll do a pattern for that or not, but yeah, that's going to be another one of my personal projects. I think over the course of this year, I've just been enjoying making patterns more so than like physical items, because I mean, like, you guys see part of this shelf, it's just like jam-packed with all the stuff that I've made for my physical inventory. But kind of I don't want to say moving away from that, but I'm kind of moving into something that's a little more feasible to do, because it's easier to sit up and design something like this, right, and then like write a pattern for it, and like people can just download the PDFs for it or buy them off of Etsy or whatever, and that's a lot easier to keep in stock than making something that takes hours and then like having it run out of stock and you have to make more and all that. So anyway, designing is fun for me, so I've been kind of on that track this year. So stay tuned, because there's more stuff coming out. I'm actually excited for the next few releases. I am going to save the best for last. So funny enough, before I came back to record this part of the video, I actually had a package to show up that I forgot I ordered, and what it is has nothing to do with my JoAnn's haul. What it is actually is basic stitch. So if you guys remember back in June and early July, I did that giveaway for the Lion Brand mystery boxes, and one of the things that there it is. One of the things that was in there was a 3-pack of this. It's called Gold Mine. Yeah, it's basic stitch and gold mine. I like this premium acrylic a lot. It works in my Centro knitting machine, and I think I put it on the list. I'll have to double check that for you guys. But once I got done with my last colorful Airways shawl, I got the bright idea to do a tutorial for corner to corner join as you go, which will be coming in the future, so you guys got a little crystal ball into that. And I was like, ooh, you know what would be an even better idea? To use my scraps for a blanket and show off my corner to corner with that. So that's essentially what I've been working on. That tutorial is already recorded, and here is like the blanket so far. I've put it down in lieu of other things so far, but I really like how this is coming along, and it looks even better on the camera than it does in person, in my opinion. Like, the colors just pop more, I guess because I've been staring at it for so long. But I'm going to continue out with this, and I think instead of buying more of this to complete it, I think what I'm going to do is like use scraps from my other tweeds and just kind of, you know, make it a scrap gan of sorts, which will be fun because I've never actually done a scrap gan. And so I bought more of this. I bought 3 more because I think that should be sufficient, and hopefully I'll have enough left over because I actually kind of like this color. It's a neutral color, especially compared to the rest of my stash, which is quite vibrant, surprisingly. So yeah, this has been my yarn haul. I actually have a couple of extra items, so if you've made it to this point in the video, thank you so much for sticking around through my long-winded conversation, I guess you want to call it, monologue. I tend to digress often. You guys have been around for a while, know that. So my announcement is, right, you guys know that I recently participated in Uniquely Yours' birthday crochet along, or maybe you don't know. So I did, and I ended up with like 2 slightly different designs. One of them is available on my blog, and I'll leave that down in the description box if you want to go and create it. But I do have a different version of it that involves like the planning out for the sleeves and a little extra stuff. So I was thinking that I could do a giveaway. Right, that was my magical idea in the middle of JoAnn's. I'm like, you know what, giveaway. So what I did, I got crochet thread because it is a 0 weight. I got the Aunt Lydia size 10. It is in Wasabi, and it looks like this. So I got 3 of them because for the extra large size that I was wearing in my pictures, and I'll pop something up, I used 1,037 yards of yarn. And it was all 0 and 2 weight yarn. And I'm like, okay, how can I come up with that yardage and perhaps with a just 0 weight yarn? So I got the crochet thread and I compared it to the 0 weight that I used. This is my leftover, and this is actually a little bit thicker than the thread, but I still think it works. So I'm giving away 3 of these. And my original pattern, I worked with a 3.75 millimeter crochet hook. And I think since this yarn is just very slightly thinner, like there's not much of a difference at all between the yarn that I used for mine and this. So I got a smaller hook. It's a 3.5 millimeter clover hook. And so I would include that in the package, as well as a printed copy, or if you opt out of the printed copy, I'll just email you a copy of the version with the sleeves on it, and that will be my giveaway. So I'm going to have more details about that on my blog, and I'm going to leave that linked probably at the top of the comments so it's easy to find amongst all my links and whatnots. So that is my giveaway today. I'll probably also write a blog and list everything that I got in case you wanted to go and kind of just find verbatim the stuff that I got today if you saw something that caught your eye. And I'm just gonna go and finish off this video, edit it, and I'm going to go edit the rest of my tutorials because I've been slacking lately. I'm sorry. I've been so busy. It's been really fun, actually, just a little personal life snippet. It's been really fun at my school now that I'm actually going on campus. I'm enjoying it just as much as I did when I went on the campus tour a couple years ago. So it's been really great. I'm enjoying all my classes. They're all super tiny and it's a fun time. And yesterday I got to play on a potter's wheel because I was the only one that showed up to class, and it was great. Okay, so until next time, guys, happy making.